Hello everybody, welcome to or back to my channel. I hope you had a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. Today we're going to talk about an animal I picked up before Christmas that I've actually had for a while and not told you guys about. So today is the day I'm going to tell you about him. I posted a poll on what you guys wanted to see and you guys wanted to hear about him. So without further ado, here he is. This is kind of an unexpected pet for me, considering I feed his brethren to my snakes, but here he is. You guys wanted a little story as to how School Bus came to be, so we're going to talk about it. He just pooped in my hand. Okay, so I was going to my favorite pet store where I happen to get a lot of things. They're mostly aquatic and reptiles, and so I always just have such a good time there. And, you know, I'm supportive of them. They are humane, and I appreciate them, and they know what they're doing. They sell live feeders, so they have a lot of breeding mice and breeding rats. And here we have a breeding mouse, a 6-month-old breeding mouse that was now retired, and so he would have become a feeder. But he was too fat. Nobody wanted to feed him to their snake because he was too fat, which I think is so funny because my snakes could eat him. I know they could eat him, which I don't feed my snakes live, and I never would. Unless it was all they would eat, and even then, it would be really hard for me. I thought it was very funny that he was too fat, so they put him for adoption for $3.75. And I walked in there, and the second I saw him, I knew it was going to be very difficult to leave without him. He's so cute. So yeah, I knew it was going to be a big challenge for me to leave without him. And so therefore I didn't. The name School Bus Jr., that was his name when I went there, and they said, "Do you want the School Bus Jr. lore, or are you going to change his name?" And I'm like, "No, give me the lore. Like, that's his name." It's not really his father, or at least not that I know of, but the feeder mouse before him that ended up going for adoption, because he was also too fat, the colors on it looked like a window. It looked like he had windows on his sides, and he was much bigger. And so he looked like a school bus. So that was School Bus. And then that one got adopted, and this guy came in being a similar color but not having the windows. And so they called him School Bus Jr. And he's talking a lot. Do you have something to say? You should hear him all night in the night. He's got something to say when people are trying to sleep. My boyfriend will be sleeping over, and I'll be like just fine because I'm used to it, and he will just go, "Your mouse is so stupid because you're so loud." Did you hear that? Yeah, a mouse is really not something I thought I would acquire. And I went home and immediately looked at Etsy because Etsy has the cutest mouse stuff, but it's mostly rat stuff. Which I saw a baby rat today, a breeder, or was about to become a breeder, at the same place because I also went there today. He was the cutest thing I've ever seen. I literally was dying. School Bus's temperament, very interesting because he was a breeder, and well, not as much breeder, but feeders are not handled because people are not trying to get them to be handleable with a good temperament because they are going to be eaten. They don't have much life ahead of them. It's very sad, but it's true. And so he wasn't handled much. You know, when they gave him to me, they grabbed him by his tail to put him in the box and everything. And as you can see, he's doing really well. The first time I ever held him, he bit me pretty good, but I think I deserved it. Other than that, there's a video actually on my TikTok of me just sitting here with him, and he does bite my hand, but he kind of, I think, smelt something. Like, it didn't seem very malicious. And he also bit my ankle once when I was sitting like this, crisscrossed on my chair, and he went in my lap and bit my ankle. Some people have asked me about keeping mice or rats in the same room as snakes. I have seen no problem. I have a friend who said to me that her snakes were always in a feeding response when she kept pet rats in the same room, but I haven't had that problem. He just doesn't smell enough, I think. I think that if I had a bunch and they had a very strong smell, it might be different. But as long as I wash my hands between touching them, I have no problems, which you should do with any of your reptiles really anyway. And yeah, he does smell though. I will say, I do walk in my room and go, it smells like a mouse lives in here. I don't find my reptiles smell at all. My room never smells with them unless my bearded dragon poops. People with bearded dragons, you know that is the most rank, ungodly scent on the planet and will be ingrained into your nostrils forever after the first time you sniff it. But yeah, he smells. Mouse pee is no joke. It is strong. It is potent. Yeah, he's such a sweetie. I in the future would be really interested in getting some rats. I held a rat today and have in the past, and they are so personable and love to be with people and hang out. I don't know as much about mice. Oh, you pooped on me again. I do not give him cheese. That is the first thing people ask me is, oh my god, let's give him some cheese. He does not get cheese. I do not give him cheese. Cheese is not good for him. He does not get cheese. Anywho, so this is my little fatty school bus junior. He is such a fun time. Show the people your face. Show the people your face. He's got his big buggy black eyes. And he's not very good at climbing. Everybody's like, mice are so good at climbing. Get him lots of things to climb on. He has lots to climb on. Stop peeing on me. And he just doesn't really do it. He loves to run in a wheel, and he has like a hanging kind of nest thing that he just loves. His enclosure is, I don't actually even know what it is. I'll try to find a picture of it online if I can. If you don't see a picture, it's because I can find one of the same one I have. But it's a little smaller than I'd like, and I'd like to go bigger. But it's really hard to find mice enclosures that they are not going to get out of, because everything bigger than the one I have, the bars are too far apart for a mouse. The one I have is meant for mice. And also, female mice are better to be in sororities, like, you know, living with each other, multiples, like 2 or 3 or whatever. As for this guy, he would likely battle any tank mates. Males do not get along, and they're quite territorial, so he is a lone mouse, but he has me. I give him all the love, and ow, if you bite me, how am I supposed to give you all the love? How was my wrist? Was it delicious? I've discovered a lot of things about School Bus, about things he likes and doesn't like. For example, things he loves. Dried banana. He won't take food from my hand unless he's in his tank. He likes dried banana. This is the full cheeks one, I believe. And there's also dried blueberry. He doesn't like it. He won't eat it. He's a big fan of these little yogurt drop thingies. They smell so good. They're also from Full Cheeks. I literally would like to eat them. Like, I'm not kidding. They smell so good. Like, I just really want to eat one. These are papaya bites. They're dried. They do not smell as good, but he does also really like these. Because I literally got him because he was too fat to be eaten. I'm trying to not fatten him up too much, but I also love him so much. I'll show you his favorite thing in the world. This was a free tester thing just because I didn't want to buy the whole thing if you didn't like them. But this is the Obies Bites dried black soldier fly larva. Loves it. He goes feral for it. It's his favorite. He would rather it over any of this fruit garbage. Black soldier fly larva, dried, his favorite. I'm gonna go buy a big bottle of it because he loves it topped on his treats or like food. Oh, he pooped again and it landed on his food. Stop this madness, please. And these are Apple Treat and Chew, the mini ones. This is really big, so I break this up into pieces, but he just nibbles on it. Takes him a long time. Is that a poop? Why do you poop so much? That's been my school bus tour. I hope everyone enjoyed my school bus. He's very fun and thick. I really hope you enjoyed my school bus tour. Let me know if you want a school bus junior crib tour. I'll show you the crib. And you guys can give me some tips because I'm honestly pretty new to mice. I did lots of research and talked to a lot of people. But I always want to know more and learn everything I can learn. I want school bus to have the best life he can. I have a lesbian gecko army. So if anybody's interested in the lesbian geckos, let me know. Also, I want to talk about my leopard gecko and how I rescued him because it was a bit of an interesting story and it shows you how to feel about PetSmart, Petco, those kinds of places. I also have a shrimp breeding project going on, so if you want to see anything, let me know, and I will see you guys in the next one. He just peed on me!